I'm going to open up by talking about saying that if we talk about, business, basically business is about transaction, right? It's about passing over goods and services to the exchange of some kind of financial. That's pretty obvious. What we often don't think about is the kind of hidden transaction cost, the cost of, you can say, the effort and the inconvenience and maybe even the risk that the customer experiences. If we look at pharma, the way I see it here is that we have, even though that you're offering information, that you send out a lot of reps, you send out a lot of information, the inconvenience and the effort for the doctor to receive it is actually very, very high. Meaning that even though that you offer to give this away for free, you even send out reps to kind of spoon feed the doctors very often, they still don't want to have it. And that's basically because the transaction cost, the cost of inconvenience that is not relevant, it's not personal enough, it doesn't give enough value. So that's what we have to, the way I see it. The product is good, the fact of the communication is probably good, but there's just too much noise and too much hassle around it. An example of that, where we could see other industries have moved that, is the music industry, right? That in the old days, if I wanted to have a piece of music, because basically that's what I want, right? I want to have some good piece of music from an artist. But what I had to do in the old days was that I would have to go to a record store, find the record that I liked, and then probably I would even have to buy a full record, even though I only wanted one track. So the transaction cost was just too expensive. Maybe the music wasn't that expensive, but going there was such a hassle, and having to buy all that was wrapped in that I had to buy as well just wasn't worth it. And then came some good thinkers and good technology, iTunes, and disrupted that. Further on came Spotify, and now we've got Pandora. But now it means that I can personalize, and I can get what's relevant for me. I can get it timely. I can get it when I want it, and I get exactly what I want to have and buy that track that I need. Another example is the film industry, where we say that was really something where you had a big transaction cost, because if I wanted to see a movie, I would have to go to a theater, stand in a line in rainy weather, maybe even, at a specific time when it suited them to send the movie, and to show the movie that fitted them, not me. And again came first the videos that could disrupt that, and then came the DVDs, and now we got Netflix and HBO and Amazon and iTunes and so forth, which is again doing this. It's personalizing it, it's making it relevant for the individual, and it's making it timely, that I can see it when it fits me. So again, removing the layer of this transaction cost that I really don't want to have as a customer. And I think that's what we all want as consumers, as customers, is that we want things to be individualized. In everything I do, that I want it to be timely and individual that fits my needs. So I want everybody out there, no matter whether it's the music industry or the pharma industry, to listen to my needs and try to respond to that. Another industry that's really right now is struggling very, very hard on this is the news media industry, you can say, right? That they have this a huge problem that circulation is going down, the readers are going down, and has done for more than a decade now. And again, I would claim it's got to do with the transaction cost. That if I want to read an article, I have to buy a whole newspaper. Right? And I don't care about New York Times, I don't care about the Post, I don't care about the Figaro or whatever they call. That's just a shelf, you can say. That's just a box in where they can put their articles. What I want is news and information that's relevant and timely to me. And sometimes I think of pharma, what we're basically doing very often is that we go out and talk to the doctor and we read a whole newspaper, all 400 articles, even though they might only want to have one of them. Okay. In the pharma industry, I think that communication is crucial, right? I would actually claim that communication in pharma is as important as the drug. It's like, having a drug without communication is like having an iPod without iTunes. Because if you don't deliver it with a communication, it's not going to work. If the doctor doesn't know to whom to apply it or how to apply it, if we're not worried about looking after if it's going to interact with other drugs, if the patient isn't adherent, but that's all that is communication. So we got two sides in pharma, the way I see it. We got a drug and we got a service. So we have a good and we have a service, and so communication is absolutely crucial, and that's the way that we can remove, you can say, or reduce the transaction cost.